What is up, guys? Yandere Neko here, aka the VTuber whose voice doesn't match the model, and I got a very special video today on Ash vs Yugi prediction for Death Battle. Like 12 hours before the episode drops. And way late to this parody. So, now just going into it before I go into the debate. Ash, I was never a Nintendo kid. I have no loyalty to Pokemon. You know, I grew up with the Xbox, so I had Halo and Call of Duty. Now, as for Yu-Gi-Moto, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! I collected the cards as a kid, so my loyalty is to Yugi in this one. And I'm happy to say he should take this battle. Because here's the thing that Ash fans have yet to answer. And I know this is a real unfun answer, but what is stopping Yugi from forcing Ash into a shadow game of, like, poker or hearts or blackjack or something? A shadow game that takes his Pokemon out of the equation. A shadow game that is rigged, because Yugi still has all his powers and probability manipulation and whatnot. A shadow game that if Ash loses, he dies, gets mind crushed into an invalid, or for you 4Kids fans, banished to the Shadow Realm, you know, like, yeah, that's not the fun answer, because people want to see the Pokemon fight the code monsters, but, like, what's actually stopping Yugi from just forcing a shadow game that makes the Pokemon irrelevant? Assuming Ash even takes the advantage in that, because here's the thing. Just from my own research and snooping around and my own presuppositions, at best for Ash, monsters are about equal. Worst case scenario, Yugi also takes monsters too, so Ash can't rely on that. In fact, given that both people's whole shtick is using weaker monsters to beat stronger monsters in ways that kind of just break the rules of their respective worlds, monsters are ironically irrelevant for this fight. Which, okay, well, what categories matter then? Strategy. Again, your best argument for Ash is that it's dead even. Worst case scenario, Ash actually has some very embarrassing anti-feats. Not to mention, Yugi has, you know, a Tim as well, who has like hundreds of years of strategy. So either way you slice it, Yugi should just inch out in strategy. Physique, because I've seen this one memed into existence, that, oh, if Ash runs out of Pokemon, he'll start boxing. And while funny, and while I can definitely see the episode referencing that, here's the thing you have to understand. While it is true that Ash has more showings of strength feats, and if anything, Yugi's kind of portrayed as a bit of a wimp, at their best, both characters should scale to their monsters, which, again, makes it even, or if anything, leans towards Yugi. That being said, I can see Death Battle, not me, but Death Battle giving Yugi, like, physique, no, giving Ash the physique battle, you know, he's the physically stronger summoner, but doesn't have the stronger monsters, if that makes sense. Also, for, like, hack abilities, I don't think Ash has any, like, direct win cons Whereas, like, Yugi can do all sorts of illusions and barriers, or, just mind crush Ash. Also, the Millennium Puzzle has a whole bunch of stuff it does. So, that being said, I guess more miscellaneous stuff now. I can see a way in which Death Battle gives Ash the win, and that's limiting Yugi to like 40 cards, because we know they're not giving Ash the 6 Pokemon limit. In the preview they said, oh, but in a time of need they'll all come running. So I can see them trying to argue like a numbers thing, which would again be wrong, because I believe the Millennium Puzzle can just straight up summon the monsters too. Like, Yugi shouldn't be limited to just 40 cards, if that makes sense. Additionally, I know it's popular in the community to argue Bond as like a win con. Now here's the thing. If they make the main win condition something as Mickey Mouse bullshit coded as Bond, I'm gonna crash out. I'd actually rage quit. Because I'm sorry, who's gonna be happy with Bond being the winning, like, condition? Aside from the fact that it's debatable, let me, like, put it this way. Bond does not matter. If I, like, drone strike your house with you and your friends in it, your bonds are not closing the AP gap. It's like, congratulations, you have the stronger bonds than me, but you're still dead, Like, I just do not see a way Ash wins this. Which, my preferred series wins. I've always said I'm an agenda poster first and foremost. I just had the horrifying realization that this might not be recording. Okay, it is. Heart attack averted. That all being said, Yugi should take this. Although I can see at least like a pity advantage being thrown Ash's way. With them arguing it's closer than it is. It's just, even with Ash's best arguments, I don't see him getting around the whole Shadow Game shtick, or a Mind Crush, or any of the other magic of the Millennium Puzzle. So, please like, share, and subscribe, and tune in tomorrow for my reaction. Yandere Neko going dark.